Folks, you'll notice that our landscape has just changed dramatically. Now this is the drier side of our island, receiving less than 25 inches of rain a year, and the average temperature at the lower altitudes is 4 to 5 degrees warmer than anywhere else on the island at any given time of day. Now this is known as the arid western side of Kauai, and what makes it so unique is not just the beautiful colorations that we have, but the fact that we're only 4 miles away from the rainiest spot on the planet. Now folks, we've currently left Robinson Land. We're now entering into state land, and just to the front of us is the beautiful Waimea Canyon. Now, has anyone had the chance yet to visit the Waimea Canyon? All right, some of you. Now, folks, this canyon is about 1.5 miles wide by 13 miles long, and it averages roughly 25 to 3,200 feet deep at its deepest point. Now, this has been dubbed the Grand Canyon of the Pacific. However, we have no idea who dubbed it this. Now, it was believed to be Mark Twain, but folks, that is not true at all. In fact, Mr. Twain has never even stepped foot on the island of Kauai. Although he wrote about the Hawaiian Islands once, never specifically about the Waimea Canyon. Now folks, Waimea means red water, and as we fly over the rivers, and if you look at it, you'll notice it has a brownish, reddish tint to it, and that's how it got its name. Now this is acid-rich botanical water that flows from the Kauai swamp, which is high above to the upper right. It's actually the highest swamp in the world, and a little over 5,000 feet high. Now Annie, this part of the Waimea Canyon to the right of us is known as Kauai Canyon. It is the largest tributary in the Waimea, going back 7 miles.
You got a great job.
I love what I do. There's never a day where I wake up in the morning and go, oh, I gotta go into work. Now there are days where I wake up on my days off and go, oh, I gotta do housework.
I suppose you pick up a lot of air currents in here constantly, huh?
We do, especially when the winds shift from the dominant trade winds that we have here in Hawaii to the Kona winds, because the Kona winds would come directly at us and kind of push us down a little bit. So it does get a little bumpy in here every once in a while. Now, folks, there's a road on the island known as Highway 550. And 550 is the road that brings you up to the Waimea Canyon, and it runs along this western rim just to the front of us now. You pick up Highway 550 out of the historical town of Old Waimea. We're going to cross over 550 in just a second. Folks, you may not realize this, but the Hawaiian Islands is in fact the most isolated piece of landmass on Earth. Now we are 2,400 miles away from the nearest continent of North America. Folks, the Hawaiian Islands consist of not just the 8 major Hawaiian islands, but a total of 132 islands, reefs, shoals, and atolls that stretch 1,600 miles from the big island of Hawaii all the way to Midway Island. Now, if you were to take a map of the Hawaiian archipelago and overlay it on the map of the continental United States, that would stretch from Texas all the way to Alaska. Now, the geological name for these islands is High Islands. Now these are the top of mountains, and in fact it is considered the tallest mountain range in the world. So when